I appreciate you having me, here and taking time out of your busy schedules. So I wanted to come in today and just talk to you a little bit about our company to give you an idea of what our capabilities are. I'm sure you guys get a lot of manufacturers in here showing your product. I want to tell you a little bit about what makes us unique in the lighting industry. So Viscor was founded in 1952, very humble beginnings. David Weiner was an electrical contractor who came over into Ontario, Canada. He was a Holocaust survivor. He had an issue getting fixtures when he needed them. So he started to build his own fixtures. He started to put those fixtures together. And he had a handful of employees operating out of a 4,000 square foot facility. Now, if you fast forward 60 years later, our company is still going strong, still a family-owned company, made a commitment to the people of Toronto to keep the business here, while a lot of other manufacturers have either sent their manufacturing to Mexico or offshore. Viscor has made a strong commitment to the people of Toronto to stay in the area. Still dealing with the same challenges that we had 65 years ago, which was being able to get what you need and get it quickly. And so today we're operating out of a 220,000 square foot facility, a state-of-the-art facility. We have our own CNC machines, we have robotics, and it's one of the cleanest plants that you'll ever see as far as when it comes to manufacturing. One of the things I just want to point out in the US, because a lot of you probably have not heard of Viscor. Viscor is running very strong. They're Canada's largest independent manufacturer of fluorescent LED fixtures in Canada, but in the US, we're still relatively new. We really haven't introduced ourselves in the marketplace until about 2009. Okay, so where were we for all those decades? Well, we were making lighthouses or boxes, lighting fixtures, for other OEMs, for other manufacturers throughout the United States. So we have a lot of experience and a lot of longevity in this industry making fixtures for many generations of lighting needs. So when we look at flexible manufacturing, okay, this is probably one of the most important things and one of the biggest strengths of the company is that you have a lot of competitors, a lot of big conglomerates that are out there that are just turning out product left and right. They're making the same thing left and right. What you see on the cut sheet is often what you have to get. One of the things that makes us very unique is we're not too big and we're also not too small. We're right in that mid-size level for a company. So we are able to stop our production lines, okay, to do things like custom lumen packages. If you need a sensor, if you want to do IoT, you want to have a different paint color, or if you need antimicrobial finish for common area fixtures in a hospital, we can do that because we have our own mobile paint booths. So that's one of the things with flexible manufacturing that allows us to break up our traditional, let's just say everyday white good commodity type products and make little modifications to it that can help create a unique offering to somebody. And that's what it's all about nowadays is, we're all looking at ways to differentiate ourselves and create value in front of our customers' eyes. So if you're working with the building owner, and you're looking to come up with a unique situation, you may get turned down by a lot of other manufacturers. We are one that will analyze and evaluate every opportunity that comes in to see if it is something we can do, and a lot of times we can. And I'll give you some examples of those unique situations as we move on. So again, using the pizza here, we're talking a little bit about some of those different things. Let's say pepperoni or ham or arugula or peppers represents that custom lumen package or that custom color finish, or wireless controls. Just going back to that last one right there, this square one I want to stop on just to share a little bit about metric, okay? You probably may once in a while run into a metric ceiling, an oddball ceiling shape. When you do come across something like that, think of us, okay? And I'll give you a couple of examples. Last week I was down in Baltimore and I was visiting the World Trade Center building, which is the largest five-sided pentagon-shaped building in the world. And one of the problems that they had an issue with is that they have a 37-inch grid where they needed a fixture that was going to fit in that opening, that was going to have a flange on one side, so the fixture would rest on top of the grid, and then the ceiling tile would rest on the flange on the other side of the fixture. So they had trouble finding a manufacturer who was going to do that. They loved one of our one of our center basket designs. So they said, hey, can you guys look at doing this? So we were able to fabricate a prototype for them to evaluate. They loved it, and they just bought 500 fixtures. So they have multiple floors throughout that building, but that's the kind of capability and flexibility that our company has. When it comes to responsive fulfillment, fast delivery, very important. 90% of everything in our Visioneering line goes out within 10 days, okay? Just to give you some examples on how that works, 1 day means that it is one of our best-selling SKUs. We'll take a 4-foot strip light, 4,000 lumen. It's a very popular selling item. It sits in a box, waiting for a purchase order to come in, and we can ship that out. That would be a 1 day item. Sorry, I used to work with the mouse.
Now you really got it.
You couldn't tell. Okay, so that's the 1 day item. A 3 day item is something that we have all the components in-house. It just needs to be pushed through the assembly line. 10 days means that it's a little bit more complex. That could be a custom lumen package. I don't want to go into all the specific details on what makes something a 10-day versus a 3-day, but you can kind of get an idea that it just is a little bit more of an intricate process to get that product put together. As far as no issues at the border are concerned, as a friend of mine points out, we haven't checked the tweets since 9 o'clock this morning, but as of today, we don't have any issues at the border. We actually work with a third-party agency. We're NAFTA approved. Okay, so they take care of all that paperwork to get those items expedited, and we've never had an issue at the border so far. As far as the VisCore brands are concerned, we have 3 unique different brands. Visioneering is going to be our white good commercial and industrial products, strips, wraps, high bays, vapor tight items, troffers. Certalux is going to fall more into that specialty luminaire line. Okay, and those are going to be things that are going to work with clean room applications, vandal resistant for confinement applications, behavioral health, and then we also have our medical fixtures as well, for where we do a lot of OR troffers, examination lighting for patient rooms. And then we have last but not least is TVR. Okay, TVR is where we really are able to show off our flexibility when it comes to manufacturing. A lot of times this is just a concept that's could be drawn on a cocktail napkin that we're going to bring to life and bring that product to life. And I'll give you an example of that later on as I move through the presentation. As we talk about comprehensive solutions, VisCore has over 300 different product 300 different product families with over 40,000 different SKUs. So a SKU could be anytime we create a custom lumen package. For example, if you see on the cut sheet that we offer a 2x2 and 2,000 lumens and also in 4,000 lumens and you need 3,000, we can do that. We'll keep track of that record because we built it, so it shows up as a SKU in our system. So that's kind of an important thing because if you think about any time you do make that request, we track all these and put them in our portal for our agents, so our agents are actually able to go in there and look and see if we've actually created that. Going down is typically never a problem when it comes to lumen output. It's when we go above 4,000 lumens, then it's something that you might have to contact us to check on to see if we can do that. And then as far as DLC being very important on the East Coast, we have over 2,400 different configurations of product that are listed with DLC. Now, if there's a product that doesn't have DLC, that's something also that we can take a look at. And just to give you a quick example, we have a national account that is looking to buy hundreds of a custom product that they require to have DLC. If it makes financial sense, we'll evaluate that and we can submit that and also help you secure DLC if those rebates are lucrative and they're going to offset that cost for the project. And then as far as just to talk a little bit about some of the unique things that we're able to do with our fixtures, again about those options that help differentiate us from the competition. You could look at this box as being just a sheet metal box with lensing inside of it, but it's also a way that we're able to bring a lot of unique features that are to help improve a building's aesthetics. Everything from DC powered lighting. If you need air handling, we can do slots on a lot of our fixtures to work with the current HVAC system. Unique lensing material as well is, we'll talk a little bit about the C24 shielding option, which is a nice translucent material that doesn't lose a lot of light. Wireless controls we can do, and again, as we mentioned before, metric sizing we can do, and also color tuning. And that's it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay. So we'll send you guys on to the next room. Just comment for both of you to consider as you go to the next one. This idea of what degree did the presenter generate interaction from the audience? I don't think either of you generated any interaction from the audience. I gave you both 0. And that's okay, there's an improvement, but going to the next one, see if you get a different result. As simple as, what's your name, what do you do, as much as, what kind of pizza do you like, do you guys know what a beacon is, have you considered, all kinds of great stuff. I wrote lots of great notes for both of you. That's one that engages people's brains. I know it's tough, especially in this environment.
My presentation sucked ass. I'll be honest with you.
But that's the one thing, if you take that to